welcome to Krusty's Cave. We're assuming that you've already downloaded your artwork, and hopefully we'll be getting you turning this into a beautiful bit of street art. And we're just trimming these down so we can piece them all together and take them into the full image. There'll be some little overlaps to get the image to work, but that's easy enough to deal with once you get going. Draw an outline around all the sections that we want to be cutting out to form our stencil. We will then reverse the tracing paper. At a pinch you could use kitchen greaseproof paper or drafting film, basically anything you can see through. Right, so we've got our image drawn out onto the tracing paper and we're going to reverse it, and again just so it doesn't move while we're working, a couple of little bits of tape to secure it, and we're putting this onto reasonably heavy cartridge paper. We're now just going to draw back over all the lines that we put on the tracing, and they will transfer off onto our cartridge paper, which is about 270 gram, which is heavy enough to give us a stable stencil that you can make a lot of prints of with your roller and emulsion, but also light enough and soft enough to be pretty easy to cut with a scalpel. Probably the lengthiest bit of the whole process is cutting out all the black areas to form the stencil. If you're not absolutely clear, refer back to your positive image just to make sure you're taking out the right bits. Cut all of this out, which by the miracle of television, as they say, will appear in just a moment. And voila! With our magically cut stencil, we've now got a little foam roller, radiator roller, and some emulsion paint, and we'll make sure you don't overload the roller with paint, otherwise you'll end up with everything going underneath your stencil. So what you want to do is just nice firm pressure, because if you whiz backwards and forwards too much, you'll find particularly on images like this where there's a lot of fine detail, it'll start lifting bits of the stencil up, and I mean you can end up ruining your stencil, but you'll have lots of paint going underneath and smudging up the image. Which, when you've used this a lot, you'll get to a point where it's like leather. Voila! Now we've got our background print. We're going to go to, prepared already, a nice XR logo which we're going to put over the sand timer. Again, rolling that out, and it's when you get to this stage, and obviously you're going to have to cut a variety of stencils in the same way, but words, more images, whatever basically you want to work with, but this is where you start playing. Okay. A thing of beauty is joy forever. Here is another stencil again we found with this one, where there's quite a lot of close detail in the bones that once you've rolled off a few, maybe you need to take the scalpel back into it and trim back. There again. Right, well we've got our pink skeletons we printed off just now, which have dried off nicely. So what we're going to do now is a little thing that we mess about with, which just gets you quite nice results. If you put the stencil back where it was originally, and then just shift the register slightly to one side or up, down a little bit, so you're going to then go back over it with another beautiful colour, and what we get is a two-colour print which has a bit of a sort of psychedelic-y 3D feel. The skeletons will start dancing before your eyes. But this, obviously, you can do this with with all the lettering, just about anything you're doing if you want to kind of mess around with doing this, but it very often does really bring things to life, the two colour thing. Hey, hey, hey kids, we're all crusty.